The United States was founded on principles of liberty, justice, and self-governance, enshrined in the Constitution and Declaration of Independence. These documents, crafted by visionaries like Jefferson and Madison, established a republic where individual freedoms were protected from government overreach. The Constitution's checks and balances ensure no single entity holds unchecked power, a system that has safeguarded American democracy for over 200 years. Historical records show that 39 delegates signed the Constitution in 1787, a testament to the unity of purpose among the Founding Fathers. The post-World War II era, 1945 to 1960, saw unprecedented economic growth, with GDP increasing by 37% and home ownership rates soaring to 62%. Factories retooled from war production to consumer goods, creating a boom in automobiles and appliances. Suburbs like Levittown, where homes sold for $7,990, equivalent to $90,000 today, became symbols of upward mobility. This prosperity was fueled by conservative policies. The 1954 Internal Revenue Code incentivized businesses with tax cuts, while the Federal Aid Highway Act of 1956 connected communities. Average wages rose 35% during this period, allowing families to thrive on single incomes. The 1950s nuclear family became the gold standard of social stability, with 78% of households consisting of married couples. Dr. Benjamin Spock's Child Care Manual sold 50 million copies, reinforcing traditional parenting roles. Studies from the era show children raised in two-parent homes had 30% higher graduation rates. The conservative emphasis on family values found expression in popular culture. Shows like Leave It to Beaver depicted fathers as breadwinners and mothers as homemakers. This structure correlated with low crime rates. FBI data shows juvenile delinquency was 60% lower than in subsequent decades. In 1954, Congress added "Under God" to the Pledge of Allegiance, reflecting the nation's spiritual foundations. Gallup polls showed 98% of Americans identified as Christian, with 75% attending weekly services. Churches served as community hubs. The United Methodist Church alone grew by 1.3 million members during this period. Reverend Billy Graham's crusades drew record crowds, including a 1957 New York event attracting 2 million. This religious unity fostered charity. Community food drives increased 40% compared to pre-war years. The National Council of Churches coordinated relief efforts that distributed 12 million pounds of goods annually. The American flag became ubiquitous during this era, with Congress formalizing the design in 1959, 49 stars. Manufacturers produced 200 million flags annually, many for schools where daily pledge recitation was mandatory. Veterans organizations like the American Legion grew to 3 million members, organizing patriotic education programs that reached 15 million students yearly. 4th of July celebrations set records. The 1951 Washington, D.C. parade featured 25,000 marchers before a crowd of 300,000. This unity had tangible effects. Military enlistment among high school graduates peaked at 45% during the Korean War. The Greatest Generation's service created lasting reverence for the military. The GI Bill educated 7.8 million veterans, contributing to a 20% increase in college graduates by 1955. Military spending, 14% of GDP, supported defense industries employing 1 in 10 Americans. Iconic images like the Iwo Jima flag raising became national symbols. The 1954 Marine Corps War Memorial drew 500,000 annual visitors. This respect extended to policy. When President Eisenhower warned of the military-industrial complex in 1961, 72% of Americans still trusted the Pentagon's leadership, according to Gallup. 1950s America maintained remarkably low crime rates. FBI data shows violent crime at 150 incidents per 100,000 people versus 758 today. This stemmed from community-oriented policing. Officers walked beats knowing residents by name. The era saw only 50 federal executions total, reflecting judicious use of capital punishment. Courtroom decorum reached its zenith. 93% of citizens expressed trust in the judicial system. Local governance thrived too. Town hall attendance averaged 40% compared to today's 8%. This stability allowed businesses to flourish, with corporate fraud cases declining by 60% from pre-war levels. Traditional education flourished post-War II, with literacy rates reaching 98% by 1960. The McGuffey Reader remained standard, selling 120 million copies since 1836. Classrooms emphasized patriotism. 89% of schools displayed flags and 76% began days with prayer before 1962 rulings. Teacher salaries increased 35% in real terms, attracting high-quality educators. Standardized testing showed 12th graders performing 3 grade levels above today's averages in civics. This system produced leaders. 94% of Congress members during this era were public school graduates, versus 65% today. Historical preservation gained momentum during this era. The National Trust, founded in 1949, protected 300 sites by 1960, including Mount Vernon. State legislatures allocated $25 million annually for monument maintenance, equivalent to $250 today. Family histories became prized. Genealogy research increased 400% as Ancestry.com precursors began microfilming records. This reverence extended to popular culture. Westerns like Gunsmoke, top-rated for 12 years, romanticized frontier values. Book clubs saw 60% participation rates, with historical biographies dominating bestseller lists. This convergence of values created unparalleled social cohesion. Trust in government hovered at 75%, compared to 30% today. Volunteerism thrived. 45% of adults regularly participated in civic organizations like Rotary clubs. Marriage rates peaked at 90% among adults, while divorce remained at just 25% of current levels. Economically, the middle class encompassed 60% of households, up from 40% pre-war. As we face modern challenges, these conservative principles, faith, family, patriotism, and personal responsibility, offer a proven blueprint for national renewal and unity.